Good morning. Well, the Aussie share market is on for its fifth straight rise this week after we've gained about 0.6% so far, really with a mixed bag of US corporate earnings results and Brexit limbo keeping a lid on local gains also in the US as well. Overnight, speaking about the US, tech stocks were up the most as expected, as we saw Microsoft report earlier yesterday that their revenue rose to $33.1 billion with an almost 60% boost from their cloud business. Microsoft's total revenue also beat market expectations by $1 billion, and that's why we saw their shares jump 2%. Tesla shares revved up as well, almost 17% or thereabouts, after the electric car maker reported a surprise return to profit, or a surprise quarterly profit. Another story for Amazon. Their shares copped some heavy selling on the back of missing profit expectations. Manufacturer 3M shares also saw heavy selling, their biggest fall in their share price, in fact, in 6 months, after slashing their full-year earnings forecast, a fresh sign that the China-US trade deal is really hitting the US company's corporate bottom line profits. And because of the mixed signals on the US stock exchange, the Dow Jones took a small step back. The S&P 500 shied away from its all-time high, ending slightly higher, 0.2% higher, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq up the most, 0.8%. Meantime, over in Europe, another story there, all their markets ended higher after the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said he's calling on lawmakers to set an election on December 12 on that day, a price that he has to pay for extending the Brexit deadline. However, we saw Euro stocks, or the top Euro stock 600, push 0.6% higher, with healthcare stocks up 1.5% and telcos and technology stocks the only decliners. So what's on the cards locally today? Well, the futures market locally is suggesting that we'll rise 0.6% or 42 points at the open. Over in New Zealand, Synlait shares rose 0.7% on the NZ Stock Exchange after the company announced that they'll be purchasing Dairy Works for 112 million NZ dollars, helping to expand their footprint here in Australia. It also announced that deal this morning to the ASX, so we can expect Synlait's shares to follow NZ's lead and rise, really taking their shares out of a bit of a slump yesterday. Synlait shares closed at $9.10 yesterday after sliding 1.7%. All eyes today will be on yesterday's market darling JB Hi-Fi. Their shares rose almost 7% yesterday to an all-time high of $36.45 after announcing Australian shares grew 3.7% in the first quarter, and the company also reiterated their full year 2020 guidance will be $7.3 billion, and that's for total sales. Bell Potter came out analysing those results, maintaining a hold stance on the stock, but bumped up its 12-month price target for JB Hi-Fi to $34.15, saying JB Hi-Fi is the best placed company among domestic-facing retailers, while it is a mature business with a long-term competitive headwind. That's why it maintained its buy or hold position rather. So Bell Potter with a hold position. Moving to commodities, gold has gained above the $1,500 key level overnight, so we can expect our gold miners to lift. Already in pre-market, we have seen buyers rush into SnapUp, St Barbara and Newcrest, so their shares are expected to lift at the open. And staying on the commodity front, the oil price has pushed high for the third day. Now it's over the $56 US level on supply concerns. So again, all eyes will be on local oil companies. No economic news locally out today, so all eyes will be on corporate news. Have a great day, and I'll see you once the markets are closed.